Welcome everyone, and today, as you saw in this intro, we have quite a lot of interesting stuff coming up. Because as I told you, since the beginning of the year I was focused mainly on strength, and we are going to continue that of course, but as we move forward with the year, we will focus more and more on power and speed. So that's why I'm going to start working on the technique, because to be able to produce a lot of power and speed, you need to nail down first the technique and then be able to translate it into power and speed. But I'm going to go over why I choose those exercises and why they are relevant to golf, because that might be your question here. Why boxing? Why sprinting? I'm going to go over that as we go along with this session. So first, as usual, when Thursday Thursday is squat. No, Friday. I'm lost with the days. Anyway, Friday is squat. So since I told you this is a reactivation week, so I didn't want to go that quickly into it, especially because the squat was the exercise that actually got me injured. So I need to kind of get back to it. That was at 160 that I got injured. So here you see 140, but I said to myself, okay, if I get injured at 160, it just means I need to put my belt on. So here I'm not going to go for 160, just 150 is more than enough for a reactivation week, but I still put on my belt just to make sure I'm not going to have any issue like I did. So went pretty well, and as I told you, now that I've changed pretty much the way I'm working, I'm only focusing on one top set, and if I think I need more volume, I will do what's called back off set, which you're taking off 10 or 20 kg, and then do quite a lot of volume, like 3x3 and so on, just to accumulate more stimulus without causing too much fatigue, at least having a better stimulus to fatigue ratio. Then moving on to partial deadlift. So here with partial deadlift, there is really something that I want to focus on, because with my deadlift, the main thing that I've been struggling since the beginning of the year is mainly having my upper back kind of rounding, and so it's even more present with the partial deadlift, because you start getting pretty much, this is really the upper back that is going to hold everything. And so having a really strong upper back is really important to be able to lock out and finish the lift. And so that's mainly what I'm trying. So what I'm trying to do is pretty much keeping my chin down while pulling my head as far back as possible. This has a very interesting consequence. It's going to hyperextend your upper back. It's a way to activate your upper back more efficiently. So you keep your chin down, and as you start your lift, you pull your head backward as far as possible without getting your chin going up. You want to keep your chin down, but pull your head high and back as strongly as you possibly can. And by focusing only on that clue, I'm able to lift very heavy without having my upper back rounding. So that's absolutely awesome. So we move on to the big dog here, 220. Actually, oh maybe, yes, this is 220. I've been talking, I haven't followed. 220. So the goal, normally I should go, my max is about 240. And so as I told you, this is reactivation week, so that's a full plate plus 10 kg on all my lifts. So on this one, that's 220 plus 10, which is 230, which is going to be my top set. So you see that 220 it go pretty well, and you can see my head. I'm putting my head back a lot, but without getting my chin up. And this is very important for the integrity of the kinetic shell to be able to produce maximum strength. Anyway, moving on to the top set. And as I told you, I'm not doing back off set this week because, first of all, this is not my max. My max is 10 kg above that. So this is just to reactivate the body, getting used to all the lifts that I've been doing. and also you will see just after start introducing the other exercise that I need to start working on. But if you are new to the channel, understand that until now I was pretty much doing just that and maybe a little bit of hypertrophic work on the machine behind, but that was pretty much it. I didn't do that much. And but I was getting extremely tired because I was doing a ton of volume with heavy sets. So this is something I need to kind of avoid. So it went pretty well. Honestly, I felt kind of okay for 230. That's pretty. It just means that I'm fresh. I really recovered, and that's great. I wanted to say something. So anyway, let's move on. So the thing that so on the first session of this week, which was Wednesday, we did some Olympic lift. So that's the first part of what is going to allow me to produce power and speed. The second is sprinting. So because I want to work both on mobility and power and speed. So those exercises that you see, split squat, side split squat, and then this one, which is the split squat, ATG split squat, because this is where I found it, where you want to get your knee extremely over your toe. This allows you to work on your strengths, because understand that mobility is a combination of strength and flexibility. And so you might be flexible, you might be able to get into those range of motion, but can you get back up? Are you strong within those range of motion? And this is what mobility is about. Mobility is about being strong at extreme range of motion. Anyway, so since that was kind of in the same place, I decided to mix them at the same time, because so this, what you see, is called skips. This is a drill to improve your sprinting abilities. So honestly, I'm a complete beginner for those. So I really didn't. I was just trying things out, figure things out. That's the first day where I start practicing sprinting. So anyway, so I've been switching back and forth, and as you saw for the mobility, you need to use weight, because weight are important. As I told you, this is strength in extreme range of motion. So that's mainly what I was doing. But for the sprint, so the sprints, you have really, at least for now, this is pretty much what I'm going to stick with, because a big workout of sprinting, you have strength and conditioning, but that I'm already doing, so that's not the point. The point is to work on improving my ability to sprint fast, because sprinting is extremely efficient in recruiting muscle fibers and to really get good. And also on the skips that I've been doing here, there is also a lot of hip mobility that you are working on, and kind of coordination and so on. All of that is really important in order to get better at golf and to generate more speed. So that was mainly my focus. But yeah, you have skipping. Then there is something I haven't done, which is weighted sprint, and I think so. That's pretty much, you put a belt which is attached to a sled, and you put weight on that sled, and you try to sprint while having that sled behind you, and so you're pulling the sled. So that's something, can go up, I believe, to 50 or 60% of the maximum weight, something like that. I haven't done that. Since that was the beginning, I was just trying to kind of get my body used to the skipping exercise. I didn't really do a good job, but that's going to come at some point. And then I did what I used this evil machine, which is just to go as fast as possible. And so I tried for the first time just to, because I think it's really difficult. You kind of need to get used to it. I was really scared just to fail. So I think on this one I went only 15 kilometers per hour, which is extremely slow. So, but I was really scared just to fall. I didn't know also where to look at. And then after, when I went down, I looked at the pad, and I saw, oh, that's where speed is. So on this second one, first of all, I hold the stuff, because as that way I was kind of more confident for me to accelerate, since I know I hold on something, so I'm not going to fall. So I went really as fast as not as fast as I could, but faster than the first one. I went on to, I think my best was 22.5 kilometers per hour. But yeah, that's exhausting. And so later we will move on to do a higher sprint. Then boxing is part of something that I want to kind of work on a little bit. But to be honest, it's because this is a lot of upper body power and also cardio, stamina. But for now, I'm going to focus only on power and just being able to produce just laugh because my right leg kick is way harder than my left. My left is a kind of issue. Anyway, that's difficult to explain everything because this is going too quickly. But then this is honestly the serious part of the session is done. And I kind of wanted to have a little bit of fun because I've kind of added on my training some skills that I would like to develop, which are also explosive. See, this is a kick flip. To be able to do that, you need extreme amount of power and reactivity. And so working on that is also a way to work on power and speed, but that's just a fun skill to have. And on the next session, we will have actually the backflip also. So that's going to be fun. That's been a while since I haven't done a backflip. So we'll see that in the next Sunday session. See you. Bye.